partnering with me. I recognize that the main interest of this group is probably focused on stem cells, but on the regenerative side, more on the normal stem cells. That's why the title of my talk is The Dark Side, because the stem cell concept has a link to the development of cancers. So this is the dark side of the stem cells that I will try to cover the next 45 minutes. Those of you, if you're wondering how to pronounce my name, I write it phonetically. So my last name is Ince. So before I get into some of the details of cancer cells, what they are and why do they matter, I want to start with a historical context of cancer research in the last 30, 40 years. And in that context, I will try to explain where cancer stem cells fit. I changed the slide. Did it change on your screen?
Yes, it did. You're good.
Okay, great. So I started my PhD at Cornell Medical School in 1988. And just around that time, the so-called Human Genome Project was initiated. Precisely, it was October 1990. And about 10 years later, in June 27, 2000, the first draft of the Human Genome Project was announced in New York Times with the title Genetic Code of Human Life is Cracked by Scientists. And at the time, the head of NIH, National Institutes of Health, Dr. Collins, said, many primary care providers will begin to practice genetic medicine. So that was the vision around 20 years ago. So that was the first decade of the so-called genomic era. And then in the second decade, after having sequenced the full normal human genome, National Cancer Institute launched a